But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? No? He is well aware of court proceedings, and I don't really like that. Hi, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are now in the middle of deciding an answer. I've put some thought into it. Okay, let's go through one by one, alright? So we'll start with, he was in there already. I think that's impossible because from the very beginning, what's her name? Lestrade says there was absolutely no one, and she was the first person to enter. So that, and right after that was our client, Magnus. He didn't see anyone either. Alright, to him he was the first one. So I think the first option is out. Now if we go to the bottom there, he was put there after he died. I'm not so sure. I don't think so, because then Magnus would have realized it, right? I mean, he did fall asleep, but he was put there after he died. Let me think about that. He was put there after he died, unless he was put there while Magnus is asleep. But I think that's impossible because how would you do that? We still have two customers up there on the roof, so like they would have noticed someone bringing in a dead body, unless. So that brings us to the second option. There's another entrance. Somehow there's another entrance. Right now I can't think of any. Where would it be? Honestly, I didn't see any other entrance. But he can't be put there after he died. They would have noticed. The passengers would have noticed it, right? Right? How would he suddenly appear out of nowhere? How would a dead body appear out of nowhere? That's the thing. And let's think about it. There's another entrance, perhaps? Is that it? I can't find another entrance though. I don't know. Wait, hang on. So is there another entrance? Then they could only be on top. But they boarded, right? When they boarded... Okay, so... One moment. Did I examine this? I did not examine this, did I? That's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just... Well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. What do you mean? And yet Venzix has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Oh, I don't know. What's that? Right, it can't be opened from inside. Because the handle is outside, is that it? Right, so... If you think about it, if there is another entrance inside there, like, you would still need to sneak in a dead body. And it's impossible. We already have witnesses. We have witnesses who saw the dead body. Okay, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I have a bad feeling. If the door wasn't even opened once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way. No? I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open and shut. There is no entrance to the cabin other than the door. Oh, no. How about the skylight? But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. But that's Gonna be tough to say. The difference will identify the location for the court. You know what? It is the Skylight, isn't it? Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Please be right. I need to be right. But you know what this means? This would mean he has to do it before the two guys went to the roof, went and sat on the rooftop. He would have to do that, right? Whoever the person who put the cops, they'd have to go in through there, probably.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It can only have been the Skylight. I say the Skylight. Yeah.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
the Skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
Let's go. So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? No. Don't say that though. Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Oh, you're right. Yes, which has already been explained as the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! But how about the people up there though? Perhaps in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the Skylight into the cabin. Oh, this is getting good. That's simply impossible. I mean, it's already good. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the Skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. Unless it happened before they came. Or, listen to me, unless they are in on it. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in the testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but listen to me first. Okay, no. Don't interrupt, please. Please, unless you can be helpful, do not interrupt. Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded. To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim falling through the Skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... A. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. Wait. Why? What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened, which is not agreed, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Why? Oh, my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were? So, is that it? Is this... yeah, okay. Is it the hatter guy? No, it's not. It's the fair play guy. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. So was I right? Do they not know each other? He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said. So will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker, why not? And me, a very angry hatter, suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too. About you rotten scoundrel. Is he laughing? Is our client laughing? Order! This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of this tent. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. Oh, it's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Venzix. It wasn't the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. What? You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. Yeah, I know that. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. Out of panic, stand your ground. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. Good on you. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. You know what? Get the jury out of here. Get the jury out of here. They are not dependable at all. Get them out. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Yeah, I want that too. I just don't really like how... I don't like how fickle they are. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they are in a complete frenzy. We need to get them out too. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. You know each other, don't you? My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment. Is it indictment? Indictment. I don't know. Brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. Are you still laughing? There's no time to think this through. All I can do is pushing forward. Okay. Refuting the accusation. Right. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill that man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. Yes, you could. You could. I tried to investigate that. I couldn't. But you could. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. Yes, thank you for being useful. What? We should keep her in court, but not as a jury. Eh? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha! Well, I don't trust cops anymore than I trust the stinking rich. Good for you, I guess, as long as you're on our side. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really, and so why do I feel so uneasy? I wish I knew. Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. I feel like it's because we don't have all the answers yet. Probably. Okay. Alright, so let's press.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck. Absolutely not, Deacon. Okay, just to make sure. Wow, there's 4 of them I have to take note of. No question about it, he said. None at all. No? Okay. Oh, but yes. Of course, I remember seeing them both. Okay. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is it true, Mr. McGilted? Okay, it's not true according to him. Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. There's an outright lie, without doubt, you were engaged in. Let me stop you there, fellow, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all? Oh. It's all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. He is well aware of court proceedings, and I don't really like that. I'm not very comfortable with the fact that he is sort of prepared in a way. I granted that he wanted to defend himself, but yeah, I'm a bit uneasy to Naruhodo, actually. I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. If anything had happened... Okay, let's press it. Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said. Is that what it is? Why are you repeating after him? Or perhaps one or the other, you fell asleep briefly. One or the other of you fell asleep. Are you dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. You don't need to quote him. I'll give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. She didn't hear the knocking though, so... I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. It's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. It's hardly surprising. Seeing things? I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. You...
Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about.
This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. I feel like she has something to say. We'll see. In any case, neither of us know the first thing, okay?
Hold it!
So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, let me know. Not once, never.
He'd never met the man before, he said never. Why are you repeating after him?
And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either?
That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir.
No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have.
Well, no.
Oh. Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. You wanna say something?
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded?
Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for you for?
Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought or somehow? Okay.
Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder?
I mean, not. Yeah, his head, perhaps? Oh, sorry. Wait, brickmaker, not the head. What are you insinuating now?
Ah, Mr. Fairplate, it's been too long, so it has.
Eh?
If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe this fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date.
I beg your pardon.
You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir.
At an unconscionable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion. When you signed the contract, it would have been stated in the contract. So technically, you're at fault for signing that contract. I mean, I don't really like the idea of like high interest, like extra high interest, because truly that's really like daylight robbery, probably. But you read it and you accepted the terms.
Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? That's not a begrudgery.
I can't say the word.
Begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another.
It would be a...
And young Mr. First.
What? Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir?
You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That dead top hat lying about on your head, is that one of your own creations, is it?
Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gen walks through the door.
The perfect fit, is it? What is a very distinctive design, so it is.
I guess it's trendy.
Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of fraud, my lord.
Oh, this you mean? Oh. Oh.
I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's head looks distinctly familiar. What didn't you say?
Oh. That's one of my heads.
Hey, there it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel over the distinctness of the good. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see.
What was his connection to fair play again? Did he really say a connection to fair play? I'm not sure. I don't... You little weasel. He's better at this than I am. Yeah, he's prepared. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he?
Please, don't let me in. Little interruption. Hold up the proceedings.
The skylight was shut the entire time. Wait, let me see whether it added anything. Did it add anything? Okay, it didn't.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's going to lose his rack with you in a minute. That's what he said.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. What? You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. You can just open and close it back. What are you talking about?
So we did. Of course, a fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, still and all.
What? Did I read that right?
Of course, a fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it.
I don't get it.
Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand.
Oh, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our kin, shall we? Yeah.
I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind loudly. I shocked myself with it, as it happens.
And? This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see.
Are you talking about from the inside?
But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rook, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside that cabin of shame.
I heard her. And she would know. I think she would know.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade.
It opens.
Hmm?
The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right?
I think she would know.
All of them skylights open dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon?
Just lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke in,
You can't do it from inside, you mug.
Oh.
So, like, I think First seems unaware of a lot of things, so might not be First.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them dregs, and I had a great awe. I had bursts coming out in me ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare.
When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through. Cool, then you have to go through the other door too, provided there's nobody under.
What?
Yeah, The catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Yeah, the one which the game did not allow me to check. Bailiff. Climb up onto the roof of the omnidens and omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for not letting me try it. Also, it slides. Alright. Oh! Oh my head! See? Order, order, order! So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Yeah?
Mr. Naruhodo, this could be the clue that we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Oh, is that what you want me to do? Let me see. Why didn't you let me do it earlier? Oh my goodness. Okay. Like, why did you not let me do this earlier? So the skylight was fastened shut before.
But now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it.
Right? Okay, now what? Do I go nearer? You can certainly see the inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin, so I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us. What do you mean? It's good. It's good. We now have a way for them to drop the dead body. Oh, do you see that? Oh, what's that, I wonder?
Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo.
Why someone like me? Ah, do you see it now? What is it?
Look, just here. Look at this.
That's without question. It's blood.
It's blood.
Why would there be a blood stain there? Why do you think?
Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
The details of the omnibus have been updated in the court record. Just nice. Good job. Let's present it.
Objection!
On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below.
Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom.
What?
What? That's utter humbug. Oh, you can't possibly have any evidence? Yes, I can.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible.
Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. But you're not looking. Or did you know about it? Counsel? My lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, huh? Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell through from the roof deck through the skylight. Oh, present.
Got it!
By Jupiter, is that blood? Yes. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my!
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. Yeah? You got something to say? You have something to say? I need to hear more from these two. Order, order.
Hold it!
But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stepped inside the cabin. No, too high.
And only found his way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient.
Oh,
And let's keep in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I?
but there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gen really fell through the skylight, I mean.
Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First?
He is so prepared.
These all too plain if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there, so it is.
What? No, but he can't be. It's all lies.
Hold it!
Yo, I think they're innocent though. Is it weird? I think they're innocent. I don't know. My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of the guilt's carriages being solid with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On three then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
I knew he would object. Maybe he should object. I don't know. I think those two are innocent though. I don't think they killed the victim. A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded.
Oh, and what would you be referring to then now, Lord Venzix?
A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. Why?
What?
Why? For one extremely simple reason. The smear of blood never existed. I had a bad feeling about that. Because they didn't let us examine this skylight. So it's not like under the seat we investigated and we knew. But we couldn't open this skylight.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But it's the same with the blood on the floor, isn't it? That's why I didn't investigate it before, because I didn't notice the blood on the floor. If not, I would have checked it earlier when we first checked the carriage. That's it, isn't it? It was planted there. Maybe during the smoke thingy. Are you suggesting, Lord Venzix, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What? Yes. I did wonder why I didn't check the blood on the floor.
What a palaver!
I must say, I didn't expect such quick reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Venzix.
But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as an accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. So you adjust things to you. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilder's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I chose your ability to concoct the most convenience of stories, sir.
Tut tut, Lord Venzix, this will not do to be sure. Will it now, Counsel?
Oh, no.
I think it's fair to say this does also like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the Skylight didn't exist, you say?
Don't ask me, please don't ask me.
But if used, will all cast your minds back. Is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it with the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, Counsel?
Don't. Sir, you are going to make me point out what's wrong with that statement. I can tell you exactly when it happened. What is wrong with my avatar? Hang on. Okay. It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that court has been in session, except that one time. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words. I hate to do this, but I'm not here to defend a guilty man. I'm here to defend the innocent only, as you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? Yes. I can answer this so fast. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. We cannot penalize the innocent. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh! Susato must be like, what are we doing here? Good gracious! Explain yourself, Counsel. Sorry, Magnus. Yes, there is. Seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Did you do the blood thing too? You cleared the seat and then you did the blood thing. What is going on?
Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo, and cover your face.
Yeah, okay. Yes. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Okay, rather than inside, on top, you mean? On top. You mean on top. Are you wise? Oh, sorry. Are you wise?
What are you trying to pull? You rotten feckless googer? I don't know.
Feckless googer?
You're supposed to be defending me.
I know.
Tis a wicked plot. Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. Yeah. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Consistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat, yeah. Then the blood on the floor and the blood on the skylight. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. You know what? Unfortunately, Lord Benzix, no one is able to corroborate your claims. If you ask the Scotland Yard, the one who did the investigating, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of witnesses. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. He has witnesses in the Scotland Yard. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry?
About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Huh? Huh?
I have no idea, but I'll say I have an inkling. My lord. Yes, counsel. There is one further inconsistency. Oh, are we talking about the blood now? A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What?
What in the devil's name are you gonna say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot.
Objection!
Silence, Mr. McGilded. Okay, hang on. I'll just make sure that there's nothing else. Maybe it is the blood. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. It's the blood. The blood. Are we ready? I think it's this.
Got it!
If we consider the victim fell through the skylight, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood everywhere of where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Yeah. Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. No, we can't. We cannot lie. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Sorry, Mr. Magnus. I can't lie. It's not the truth.
This trial is over.
What do you mean? Mr. McGilded?
I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now.
But you're the defendant.
It's over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. It's all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that blessing is there, now.
Well...
And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, the good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so here I am. I thought better of Lord Benzix. Well, my lord.
I guess not. I guess he only has witnesses. I must concur with the defendant. Unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular blood stain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. So we can gather more evidence? Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Venzix, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Really? Nothing? In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. Is someone gonna object? As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. I would like another day. Give me another day. Give me an investigation day. No? Yes, my lord. The defense believes. Oh. The defendant is innocent or could be guilty. We will decide that in the next episode. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.